Hey, shush, I'm doing a Dead Cat Puppet Show episode just for a minute. Hello there, and welcome to another episode of the Dead Cat Puppet Show. We have news for you. We have uprisings in Egypt. We have White House correspondence. Now, the first thing we want to talk about on the Dead Cat Puppet Show is we want to congratulate J-Lo and Marc Anthony for getting invited to the White House for the Super Bowl. Yeah! Imagine, I ain't never been invited to the White House because I'm a little white chihuahua. But I am so glad that the American underclass is finally getting a voice with Barack Obama. And if there is one thing that is important to America, it is entertainment. And I would just like to say, I am so glad that J-Lo and Marc Anthony, underclass, underprivileged immigrants, get to go and have dinner at the White House on the Super Bowl. Thank goodness. Now, on to the next subject. It appears that the news is the same every day, and all you got to do is watch 20 minutes of it, and then you can repeat it indefinitely. So, you can watch CNN, or you can watch the Dead Cat Puppet Show. What's more entertaining, ladies and gentlemen? We give you the news, we just give it to you straight. Now, I have seen posters personally that are advertising the inability of the American president to come to terms with the crisis in the Middle East. Now, if you remember, his logo for the election was, what was it? Yes, we can. And now there are pictures of Mubarak. And what do they say? What do they say? No, you can't. No, you can't. Now, the first thing we're going to do before we get started interviewing our special guests on the Dead Cat Puppet Show is we are going to once again invite our special guest, none other than the President of the United States, and we're just going to ask him a couple questions about the upcoming Super Bowl and see what he has to say, see who his favorite teams are, and see what he expects to happen in this next Sunday match between the New England Patriots and the Steelers. Here we see. Let's see here. We got to go find him. I think he might be digging in the trash. Let's find the president. I think he's digging in the trash. Honey, where's the president? Where's the president? There. Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. I am so glad to be back on this show. This is one of my favorite shows. Don't get me wrong. I love being on the Dead Cat Puppet Show. Now, as far as who I want to win the Super Bowl, well, you know, I'm a Patriot, true and tried and true. And if there's one team I want to win, it is the Patriots. The Steelers kind of represent a dark and menacing culture of, shall we say, ruffians, neckigans. Well, what I want to see happen in this Super Bowl is I want the underdog to win. Now, I'm not even sure who that is. I'm more interested in basketball than I am in football. But, you know, I have invited to the White House J-Lo. You see, notice how my ears perk up when I say J-Lo. I have invited to the White House J-Lo and her husband, Marc Anthony. And let me tell you, I want to be cosmopolitan and represent everybody in America. And so, you know, on this Super Bowl, I want you to remember that when Santa Claus comes down your chimney, he's going to bring presents to you. And you out there in America, please don't get too drunk on this Super Bowl Sunday that you can't drive home, because I don't want you staying at my house. You know, I mean, I have heard some things about Marc Anthony and J-Lo, and they're hard to believe, but, you know, if worse comes to worse, they have a chauffeur.